89 Smithing, the most prestigious level for any free-to-play Iron Man. This is because, with 89 Smithing, you gain the ability to +1 boost, using a Dwarven Stout to make the best in slot weapon for all of free-to-play, the Rune Scimitar. But the road you must face to grasp this glory is no easy travel. There are only two paths that wind their way up to the coveted 89 Smithing, the first being the efficient way. The efficient way is superheating iron in the Dwarven mines and smithing it on the anvils nearby. When done well, you can get around 30k smithing XP an hour. Now the downside to this method is it takes a lot of attention and is expensive on nature runes, using 1 nature rune to 1 iron ore. The upside is it's much quicker than the other method I'm going to talk about. The method I chose to do, which is a bit more AFK, but much slower than superheating iron, is to use rings of forging. The first thing you need to do is work out how much iron you're actually going to need to get yourself to 89 smithing. For me, that was around 106k iron ore. I was able to mine on average around 600 an hour, which ended up taking me 175 hours of clicking on iron rocks and walking back and forth between the mining guild and East Felidor Bank. The next step is making the bars, which is much more AFK. All you need to do is have space held down, equip a ring of forging, and run back and forth between the Edgefield Bank and Furnace, smithing your iron into bars and replacing your ring every 5 runs. Doing this got me about 530 bars an hour, taking 200 hours in total. Now this can be done much quicker, around 1000 bars an hour, if you pay full attention. The final step is turning the bars into iron chest plates, which is by far the quickest part of the process. On average, I was getting around 60k XP an hour while watching something, which is 480 plate bodies, or 80k XP an hour, which is 640 plate bodies, with full focus and energy potions. But for most of the time I was just getting 60k an hour, and it took me 45 hours to finish smithing all the plate bodies. Totaling everything up, it took me 420 hours. All of this work building up to this moment, getting 89 smithing and boosting to make my Rune Scimitar. Now, is 89 smithing for Rune Scimitar actually worth it? If you're on a Rune Scimitar because it's a status symbol, or because it's a fun goal to work towards, or even just because it looks cool, then sure, go for it. But the difference between a Rune Sword and a Rune Scimitar is around a 5% damage increase, which for me, it would take over 8,400 hours of using melee to make it efficient use of my time. 8,400 hours is much longer than it takes to max your melee stats on flesh crawlers, or hill giants, or moss giants with a Rune Sword. If you want 89 smithing, go for it, but in no way is it necessary for melee training, in my opinion. Alright, see you next time.